2K24 has been revealed. All the good details. We're going to talk about that, plus so much more pro wrestling news. Trust me, you guys don't want to miss it. Welcome to the Ango Show. Yes. All right, everybody. We're going to talk about WrestleMania 40 leaks. We're going to talk about so much more, but I want to kick things off with Tony Khan. Tony Khan this past weekend revealed that ranking system is coming back to AEW, and I have to react to this. This will do a lot of good things for AEW if they do rankings consistently. That's right. I needed to talk about this because it's not the first time that I've talked about this. In fact, I said AEW should go back to its original vision. And the original vision was sports-based product. I think the more that they leaned into the entertainment stuff, they began to struggle. While they had some good storylines here and there, I feel like they weren't consistent enough trying to be a sports entertainment company. But when they are trying to be a sports company, guess what, my friends? They are free and clear from anybody telling them that, hey, this match doesn't make sense. Where's the story? That's no longer a criticism that could be acceptable here. And the reason for that is because as long as the rankings make sense, then that's all that really needs to happen for a match to take place. And I think AEW is way better at booking matches than they are at booking storylines. And I think a lot of people get offended that I actually say this, but I think the reality is AEW was much more enjoyable product when they leaned into the sports-based presentation. It doesn't mean you have to go away from storytelling completely. It just means that it should not be your main focus. And treating this more like a sport can make a lot more sense. Now, at this stage of the game, AEW is going to be very competitive in the free agent market. There's obviously talks of Okada. There's talks of Mercedes. There's talks of Tama Tonga. There's talks of many other superstars who are potentially able to go to AEW. And while I think AEW has a good chance at signing a lot of them, I think it's really important that AEW focuses on their product and putting together the best matches possible. And that comes with consistency. And following the ranking system consistently could lead to a lot of great things. What I would also recommend AEW does is that AEW gets rid of the people who don't want to be there, the people who do not align with this vision. Those people should be gone from the company. Give them a chance to go to WWE or New Japan or TNA or wherever else it may be. You know, if there are people who are unhappy in that locker room, let them go. Focus on the people who want to make the company better, and I guarantee AEW will continue to thrive. For crying out loud, we get Adam Copeland versus Minoru Suzuki this Wednesday, and because rankings are coming back, a random match like this could take place. It doesn't really matter, and that's great. It doesn't have to be just it doesn't have to be this overcomplicated booking thing. Like, just put good matches together. That's the premise of your product. The people who want to be there and have great matches, let them do that. The guys who don't want to be there, let them go. Simple as that. It works out for everybody involved. And I think this is a great decision for AEW. It's probably going to help out immensely with this company. Guys, Rock and Roman, obviously a lot of talk about this. You know, often on this channel, you guys hear that I talk maybe about some reports that come from SRS, maybe Dave Meltzer, Brian Alvarez, whatever it may be. Sometimes I throw in some other ones, right? You might hear of Boozer, you might hear of Slice. This to me is rumor, hearsay, she say, he say, she say, that type of thing, right? But I wanted to talk about this because I'm very curious to see how this actually ends up going. And to be honest with you, I actually just want to tell you guys how much I hate this idea. Slice Wrestling had come out with a report that Rock and Roman is expected to headline Night 2 of WrestleMania. And me personally, as a fan of WWE, as a fan of wrestling, as a fan of storylines and storytelling, I think this is the dumbest decision possible if this is what in fact happens. If it does not lead to Cody and Roman headlining WrestleMania Night 2, I think this is a very big mistake for WWE. The storyline that they've been telling us for the last year is that Cody Rhodes was going to finish this story, and if they do not end with that, I think that is a very big mistake. And me personally, as much as I like The Rock and as much as I like Roman Reigns, that was a match that I wanted years ago, and The Rock didn't come back for that. So at the end of the day, I don't really care that The Rock is back in 2024. I understand that he's back, and there's some cool things that he can do and whatever it may be. But me personally, as a fan of this, I am 100% against this because I don't think that's where the storyline has been telling. It's for me to praise weekly TV storytelling and then for them to be like, oh, here's The Rock, screw Cody Rhodes. Yeah, I have an issue with that because the show I've been watching has literally on television been telling me this is the plan. And obviously plans can change, but this is one of those scenarios where I don't necessarily agree with it, and I just personally think it is dumb. I also think that Roman and Rock could happen anywhere else. I am not one of those people that believe it has to happen at WrestleMania, and it sure as hell doesn't have to happen at WrestleMania Night 2. So at the end of the day, I don't know what WWE is going to do here. But Cody has to finish the story. I don't care if they do it on SmackDown. I don't care if they do it on Raw. I don't care how they get there, but get there. But at the same time, too, there's no reason why Rock and Roman should be taking place over Cody and Roman. Because at the end of the day, WrestleMania is the night where storylines conclude. And to be fair, Rock has shown up twice or 3 times in the, it's just doesn't make sense, my friends. It doesn't make sense, but that's my criticism. Very interesting to see who's going to get this story right. Is it Rock versus Roman, Cody versus Roman, Cody versus Rock and Roman, triple threat? I don't know. Dave Meltzer says it could be either or. Super silly stuff, but at the end of the day, everybody's going to be tuning in. And that brings us to WWE 2K24, Cody Rhodes. The major thing here is finish your story. Just some quick highlights. The trailer was absolutely sick. I love the trailer. 3 different covers. You got Cody Rhodes on the main standard cover. On the deluxe edition, you have Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. And then on the Legend 40 Years of WrestleMania edition, you have everybody on there. You have Undertaker and John Cena and Brock Lesnar and Bret Hart and all these other people on there. Very, very cool. 40 Years of WrestleMania seems to be the thing. Here's some things that you guys need to know. The game will be on Steam, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series S and X. There is also, so this is what I like too. My Faction seems to be a thing again, but now apparently when you unlock stuff in My Faction, it might work for other stuff. Anyways, very cool. Dusty Rhodes, 76, My Faction card. Stardust is in the game. Undashing Cody Rhodes. Superstar Billy Graham. Cody Rhodes, the Mattel Cody Rhodes Bruised playable character. Pharaoh manager card in My Faction. There's 5 DLC for the season pass. My Rise, Supercharger, Rhea Ripley's My Faction Evo card. Kind of like the same thing every year, but just different wrestlers. Showcase Superstars roster unlocked. WrestleMania 40 Arena. Macho King Randy Savage from WrestleMania 6. Rey Mysterio from WrestleMania 22. Triple H from WrestleMania 30. Charlotte from WrestleMania 33. Rhea Ripley from WrestleMania 36. 2 to 3 gold My Faction cards of the above. And there's just so much more, man. This company is doing a lot of stuff. But the big thing for me, casket match returns, ambulance match is in the game, gauntlet match is in the game. And on top of that, I saw in the trailer Daphne, the referee, was also in the trailer. So it looks like the actual refs in WWE are going to be part of the game. Very cool. Obviously, My Rise is a big deal. My GM is another big focus. Universe mode and online mode. 8 men in the Royal Rumble. Guys, I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious to see what WWE 2K24 will look like. I think that the visuals of it looked really good. I always like 2K. There's things about 2K where I would get kind of annoyed. Match types would be one of them. That seems to be fixed this year. And then the second thing for me was My Faction not being able to actually, the stuff that you pay for, the stuff that you unlock or whatever, the fact that you can't use them in other modes, that was always a big deal to me. And that seems like there might be something fixed there. So anyways, WWE 2K24, it's coming out early March. What do you guys think? Let me know down below.